Hi, welcome to today's video. This one, I knew I was going to be making it sooner rather than later, I suppose. That tiller was not in good shape when I got it. The engine was locked up. Soaked it for a week in ATF, freed up that thing, but it was ran completely dry from the previous owner. He just kept going and going and going until that thing just locked right up on him. So I picked it up for super cheap because I need a better tiller. I just have a front tying electric one. Those things are terrible. I wouldn't recommend it unless you got a small pre-tilled area. Then they work fine. They'll work out. Anywho, this rear tying is what I wanted, but I knew the engine was not going to last long. I changed the oil twice on it. Every time I changed it, and I only used this thing 2 times. I changed it once when I got it, and another time after the first use of it, and it looked like anti-seize. It was just gray liquid. It was nasty. So I knew it was just, they don't have bearings, so I just knew it was just rod material just everywhere. Probably piston skirts destroyed. I'm sure the cylinder walls don't look good. I know I can rebuild these things, but I don't feel like it on this one, so went down to Harbor Freight, grabbed a Predator 212, and I will be putting it on the old Troy-Bilt pony tiller. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so what I got going on here is an old Troy-Bilt pony. I don't honestly know, it may be from 90s, 80s generation. I'm not positive on the build date. I haven't looked at the serial numbers on it. All I know is it's got one of these really, really old engines, like an old flathead style, 5 horsepower Briggs. Just kind of basic controls, really. Nothing really flashy about it. Right, so I'm not sure if I can keep this front cage on it anymore. I hope I can. It kind of looks cool. Yeah, so this basically what happened here is I tilled the green twice. Well, where the green's going to be, I tilled it twice, and it did fine. It's burned a little bit of oil here and there, but it made no weird noises. But it was definitely not up to full power. You could tell it was hurt. It was not running well. Yeah, but I was gonna run it as far as I could, and then I scarred in once, and then I went to till the garden the second time. I mean, it was just like everything else I'd blown up. It was running fantastic. It was tilling great, and the second pass through, it just started knocking extremely loud. And before I punch a hole in this engine with the rod, I figured I would shut it down, replace it, and parts guys at work can use this engine to sell everything that's not blown up on it. It still runs great. It's just, it knocks really loud now. So, I can sell the fuel tank, carburetor, flywheel, exhaust, all that stuff. Maybe the cylinder, who knows? But I'm sure the piston destroyed it. So, figure I'll stop before I destroy it completely. Yeah, so there's a couple of videos out there. I found one really. I was looking around. Found a video out there on how to do this swap, but they don't talk about actually doing the swap. They just say it's really quick and easy. From my experience with stuff, pulleys like to get stuck. There's weird modifications you gotta make. So I'm just gonna assume it's not gonna be super straightforward, but I guess I will get this engine off and see how straightforward it really is. This like a bunch, so either they did drop it and the engine rolled away, or they just always tape these like crazy packing tape. No fun to believe.
Oh.
As you see. Instructions.
Hey, Bob.
Do not run inside.
Good boy. Sit down. Good boy. I got critters on my feet all the time. When we get another dog, what foot are they gonna sit on?
Mine's nice and light. That thing definitely fell. Big old flat spot in the foam. That thing definitely tumbled. On the plus side, this looks fine.
Oh.
They cover the crankshaft with a bunch of packing foam and zip ties. Hi, Cody. Okay, so this came off. I ended up finding out after pulling it off there was 2 little set screws on it, so I probably could have just pulled it off by hand after all, actually. But anywho, got it off. It slid right onto this crank, which is perfect. I was afraid I was gonna have to machine this, but good news I don't. I don't know how really to set the pulley depth, so I'm gonna leave it loose, get it onto the machine, and get the belts on to make sure everything's good there, and then go forward. And the throttle cable, I'm gonna have to get a replacement throttle cable because this one's gonna have to go around the front of the engine and instead of through the back. So that's not a big deal though. Oh, it's like it was designed to replace old engines or something. Probably good right there, actually. The belt lines up pretty well. Tighten this down. Either someone punted that kickball or someone got beamed in the face by it. There's a kickball impact zone. That's a classic noise. Yeah, I just leave it. I just usually just talk and chat.
I wasn't sure. I don't want to be like talking through your video. What do you mean you couldn't find results for candle scent?
small chance it's gonna go through belts a little bit faster, so I might push that crank forward actually. It's not a biscuit.
Wow, looks like it's always been there.
Right? It's like it was meant to be. I'm saying it's like they designed these to replace those old Briggs engines or something.
Ha 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 ha. So what's the purpose of that? Is it just like?
So I don't run into things. With
Oh, I see.
I don't think
It's your bully car.
Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna make its way back on. I think it actually could. It's just gonna be hard to put it back.
Okay.
Oh, did this go in the front? I thought it went to the rear ones in the other. I just gotta get it bent out of the front. Oh, this is tough. Roy rage on it.
Hey, that'll work.
Yeah, it did. I got it on.
See? I told you.
Tight. I wanted this back on. I've seen these without these and they're dumb. Alright, here's the final product. The front little, brush guard fit really well. Actually, it cleared. So that's awesome. I don't really like the way these look without those on them. They look kind of awkward. I had to reset my pulley depth. I think it's set properly now. Hopefully it doesn't blow a belt immediately, but it's one way to find out. It's pretty simple. You just unbolt the old engine, swap the pulley over, put the pulley on, put the engine on, and then put the belt on and move the pulley until you like where it sits. I made sure that the pulley is just freely spinning on the belt. I don't want to just, till up the shed. That would be kind of not fun. So we'll see what it takes to start this. We'll do about half throttle, choke on. Wants to be ran on choke still. Any issues, it just had to surge a little as it was getting acclimated there. Alright, so kind of a last minute thing here I forgot to mention. I may have mentioned it earlier, I just have to go back and edit it then. Doing this swap, you will lose reverse. This tiller only has reverse, it doesn't have a reverse tine function. So when you put it in reverse, this thing just backs up. You'll just have to put it in freewheel and pull it back. Wasn't a deal breaker for me. I don't mind it, but yeah, it does not have that. I'm sure there's some sort of kit out there to convert it to this. I don't have it. I don't plan on it. But if that's something that concerns you, you're just gonna do some more research on it and see. I don't want it. All right, so that'll do it for today's video. As you saw, it's really straightforward. You just unbolt the old engine, pull that pulley off, set it on that crank. Didn't have to machine anything, it just slid it on, which is awesome because with those Hondas, I have to machine them every time, so that kind of sucks. Put through that to the next Honda I buy too, so I'm still planning on buying that Honda from work, the other one. But yeah, so this is awesome, straightforward, just kind of how to. You just unbolt that old one, put the new one on. It's Super simple. I did not have to buy anything other than the engine and oil. So if you're just trying to figure out if this is something you want to do because your old tiller died and you don't want to spend $1,400 plus on, a new tiller, just buy that Predator engine, unbolt the old one, pop the new one on. It's super easy. If you have any questions, just let me know. I can help you out with that. So thanks for tuning in today, and that'll do it for this video.